We asked Reddit users a question and selected the best answers for you. Comments are left by different people and may contradict each other. Men of Reddit. What's something you've always wanted to ask a woman but thought it would be too embarrassing to ask them? 1. Do you really like it when men roll up their sleeves? Answer: yes. Can't really tell you why. Something about the forearms. It's important to note that it's a phenomenon specific to having long sleeves that are rolled up. A shirt with 3/4 sleeves does not produce the same effect. I think it might be linked to giving the appearance that you are ready to knuckle down and work even though you aren't dressed for it. I don't know. Answer 2. Roll up sleeves, lift something, reach for something, whatever. Just show me those forearms. 2. Does it appear weird that I have pads and stuff ready even though I don't need any? My mother once said that would be very nice when I have people over and periods just happens. I agreed to that thought, so I have some in the bathroom. Answer: nah, that might be a lifesaver. Answer 2. No, that's not weird. That's amazing. Be like, I got some spares, got told one it's nice to have them just in case, All casual like if they seem confused. 3. How can you walk on those 10 feet tall high heels and not break your ankles? Answer: some of us absolutely cannot. Answer 2. Lots and lots and lots and lots of practice. 4. Can you cover your urethral hole with your finger and direct the concentrated spray like with a tap? Answer: tested. Result: no, you just get piss on your finger. Observation: it drips down your finger, then your hand is just warm and smells like piss. Conclusion: I don't recommend trying, but if someone has a better outcome, we can compile our research. Oh, and don't forget to wash your hands or you'll smell like pee and make people uncomfortable. Also tested. Edit. If I pull my clit up to expose my urethra, while peeing, the pee comes out in a forward stream that I can control like how boys can, and I can urinate standing up without it going down my leg. Thanks for helping me discover my natural talents. Edit Part 2. Thank you all for your kind words, making me laugh, and all the support for my research. It really made getting peace on my hands today not so bad. Also, don't forget to practice in the shower. If you aren't a pro, you're gonna have a bad time. Answer to answer: yeah, science witch. 5. If bras give support, then why does it feel good when you take them off? Would it feel good to never wear a bra? Answer: it's like taking off a backpack after a long walk or taking off your belt after a meal. It's okay not wearing one, but running or walking downstairs is awkward and people stare at your nipples. Plus, boobs all look different and it's easy to be self-conscious about them if they're even slightly different to the ones on all the models. Bras fix that, and you can hide stuff in them. Answer 2. Have you ever worn really tight jeans? They hold everything in place, but the firm contact all day gets a bit much. Not wearing a bra if you have large breasts can be pretty uncomfortable. It hurts your back. Bras help a little by holding everything in center, so your gravity isn't too funky. Your breast hurt if you move too much. You get sweat under your boobs where they touch your skin. Not fun for everyone. Also, it can be uncomfortable when your nipples rub against your clothes from excess movement. 6. I really want to know, does the first time having this actually hurt? I'm a guy that always wanted to know. Answer: yes, it did. I felt it for a few days after, but it doesn't hurt for all women, so the true answer is that it depends. Answer 2: it totally depends on the person. My friend told me that the first time actually hurt and felt sharp despite adequate foreplay and using lube. It depends on person to person. 7. How do you do the math and physics for when you pee outside? Some of my female friends took postures straight out of a yoga book and never made a mess. Answer: squat making sure your feet are not downhill or in any low points. Answer to answer: make sure the back waistband of your pants isn't in the line of fire. Learn that the hard way. Additional question: how do you make sure that your labia aren't going to get in the way and splash and all? Do you have to hold it? God, I felt uncomfortable writing it. No wonder I could not ask Earl. Answer: when we squat, the labia gets spread out so it doesn't get in the way. Answer to answer: speak for yourself, lol. Sometimes you gotta part the beef curtains, FML. 8. What's the deal with going to the toilet together? Answer: safety in numbers. Also, we like to reapply makeup or have a little gossip by ourselves. Sometimes it's just nice to go with someone else and continue whatever conversation you were previously having. Answer to answer: I want to add, sometimes, especially in bars, the locks are broken or non-existent on stalls, and when you're drunk, it's hard to hold the door and do your business at the same time. And by the time the first woman mentions it, I remember that, yes, I do need to pee. Answer 2. Do you remember in Harry Potter when Hermione went by herself and got attacked by a troll? Answer to answer: everyone always forgets about poor Myrtle, who got straight up killed when she went to the bathroom by herself. 9. How if they have a baby pop up of their vag and still want more kids? Like, ain't that shit painful? Answer: once you have one, your brain floods your system with happy hormones. For some women, this is all they need to want to do it again. In my case, while I very fondly remember the first hold of my newborns and love the cuddle of someone else's newborn, there isn't enough money in the world to make me go again. And it's not so much about the pain, because that's temporary. It was the sleep-deprived 6 months that followed. Answer 2. As a woman, I cannot answer this. I don't get it. Apparently, some part of our monkey brains pushes us to breed, to continue the species. I have had multiple friends who gave birth, and for the first year they would swear that they would never do that ever again, one and done, threatening their spouse's balls. Then they get within 500 feet of a baby, and that new baby smell flips a switch, and boom, they forget the pain and "oh, I want another one" takes over. 10. What's the most neutral and comfortable to start a conversation, maybe at a bar, without being too shy or too aggressive, rude? Answer: for commenting on what's going on around us. If you've tried the cocktails before and want to share opinions. If there is a game on and I'm looking up at the TV. If there is a couple on a first date nearby, whatever. The really important thing is to get a good read on if the response is polite, VC engaged. If I give you a yeah with nothing else, stop trying, lol, even if I smiled or whatever. Answer to answer. This is the only answer I agree with. The others are too "I like your hair, you're pretty, etc." and compliments creep me out because I know where that conversation is going. Talk to me like you would with another man sitting in the bar. I'm a bartender. I listen all day. Don't immediately come for my looks. My boyfriend is my best friend and was before he was my boyfriend. 11. I always assumed periods were a constant stream of blood, like a cut, as another Redditor put it. Apparently this is wrong, so how does it work? Small gushes? Answer. Imagine you've got some runny jam that has a few bits of strawberry. Put it in a funnel and move it around. Answer. And if you've been sitting or lying down for a while and you stand up, it's like a jam tsunami. If you sneeze too, jam everywhere. Sneezing is like suddenly squeezing in the sides of the jam funnel. Answer 2. Period blood is thicker and chunkier than blood from a cut because it also contains the lining of the uterus that's being discarded. Because no baby means you don't need it, but the body is stupid and makes it anyway. So yes, it is a constant flow, but very slowly. The flow also changes depending on gravity, whether you're sitting, standing, or lying down, and physical activity. It's like a bottle of ketchup. Sometimes there's liquidy stuff that comes out, but if you shake it and move it around, you'll get some chunks. Most of it just comes out slow and thick. 12. How should I meet people? I'm really shy and bad at conversing, and genuinely believe I'm probably going to end up alone since I'm 30 and can't talk to people like an adult. Answer. So there are a few things that I want to touch on here. 1. If you are approaching a strange woman in public that you are romantically interested in, you need to tread very carefully. Women are socially conditioned to be polite, even when we feel uncomfortable, threatened. So, if you are going to try, you need to be very aware of leaving ways for her to exit the conversation, both socially, verbally, and physically. A lot of guys I know unwittingly block exits because they don't realize how big they look, don't have to constantly worry about safety like that. Beyond that, practice. I once went without answering good or fine to how are you for a few weeks as a challenge. Even just switching to something like it's almost the weekend or I can't wait for spring, and a smile to the checker at the grocery store gets a much more warm and genuine response back. They tell me about how they heard the weather would warm up soon or tell me if it was almost the end of their shift. I didn't form any deep relationship with them or anything, but it gave me the confidence to at least try to talk to people in other areas of my life. 13. How do many of you have such nice skin? I want to be silky smooth too. Answer. Women have about twice as much subcutaneous body fat as men and thinner skin. It makes you soft. Answer 2. Part daily moisturizer, part the magic of estrogen. 14. Oh boy, here we go. Ahem. How do you live without deep pockets in your pants? Answer. It's horrible and it makes us sad. And we had to spend money on handbags. 15. How do I differentiate between a woman flirting with me and just complimenting me? Answer. If she's at work, just assume she's not flirting. She might be, but it's way more likely that she's not, and it's just too messy and awkward. So don't hit on batistas or bartenders or cashiers. 16. Do women play with their own breasts out at boredom, like randomly squeeze them? Answer. Absolutely. Sometimes you just hold them 'cause it's comfy. Answer. And warm. If my hands are cold, I just put my hands in my shirt and hold them to warm back up, lol.